Hello, kindergarten. So before we learn our new sound for the week, again, make sure that you have practiced your letter names, phonemic sounds, and make sure that you have also been practicing the ink sound. So before we go ahead and learn our new sound for the week, let's practice our ink sound along with our ing, ang, ong, and Get those arms out, shake them awake. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, slide it down. One more time, shake it awake. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, slide it down. Let's practice some of our words. Here we go. Z-ink, zinc. Make sure that you're doing these at home with me, kindergarten. P-ink, pink. Keep going. P-ang, pang. T-ang, tang. T-ong, tong. L-ong, long. L-ung, lung. K-ung, kung. K-ing, king. W-ing, wing. Good job, kindergarten. I'm going to go ahead and show you our very new sound this week. Our new sound this week is kind of like ang. Remember how ink is like ing, but instead of a g, a g, it has a k, a k. Well, ink is like ang. This sound is ank. A-N-K, ank, ank, ank. Can you think of any words that have the ank sound? Ank. I used to know someone and his name was Hank. Maybe some of you have a dog named Hank. If someone gives me something, I need to say thank. Thank you. Thank. Can you think of any other words that have the ank sound? Let's go ahead and let's sound out some words with the ank sound. Maybe these are words that you already thought of. Get those arms back out, kindergarten. Shake them awake again. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, slide it down. Here we go. B-ank, bank. Ooh, that's a good one. S-ank, sank. Ank, thank. We talked about that one already. Y-ank, yank. Good job, kindergarten. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can write some of these words, some ank words. As always, kindergarten, do you have a piece of writing paper? Do you have a pencil? And do you have your eraser? If you don't have those things, pause the video and go get them. If you do have them, let's get started with our first ank word. Your first ank word today is sank. Sank. The ship sank. If you're not done writing it, pause the video and finish, and then come back and you can watch me write it. Here we go. Sank. S-ank. S. I know that letter. S-ank. A-N-K. Ank, ank, ank. A-N-K. Sank. Your next ank word today is bank. Bank. The money was kept at the bank. Here we go. Bank. B. Make sure that for the B sound, you are writing a B, not a D. B-ank. Can you say the letters in ank so that I can write them? Here we go. Yep. Looks good. Thank you, kindergarten. Your next ank word is tank. Tank. soldier drove the tank. Tank. Here we go. Let's sound it out. Tank. T-ank. T. That first letter. T. T-ank. And I know ank is A-N-K. Tank. Your last ank word today, kindergarten, listen very carefully. I know a dog and his name is Hank. His name is Hank. I know a dog and his name is Hank. Again, kindergarten, whenever we're writing our words, if Miss Stahler is going too fast, just pause the video and then press play and we can keep going together. Here we go. Hank. Ooh, that is the H sound. And this one needs to be capital. It's someone's name, so it needs to be uppercase, capital. Ank. Can you say the letters for me? Say them with me for ank. A-N-K. Good job, kindergarten. Let's read all of these words to make sure that they all look and sound really nice. Here we go. Sank. Sank. Good job. Make sure you're using your arms too, okay? Here we go with our next one. Bank. Bank. Here we go with this one up here that starts with a T. Tank. Tank. And our last one right here, this is a name, so it starts with a capital letter. Hank. Hank. Good job, kindergarten. Go ahead and get yourselves ready because you have a sentence to write. So flip those papers over like a pancake, and I'll tell you your sentence. Are you all ready for your sentence? Do you have your paper, your pencil, and your eraser? Here is your sentence today, kindergarten. Did you go to the bank? Did you go to the bank? Let's see how many words are in this sentence. Did you go to the bank? Wow, kindergarten, how many words are in this sentence? 6. We have 6 words in this sentence today. Let's say it all one more time. Did you go to the bank? Did you go to the bank? Go ahead and go write your sentence. When you're all done, come back, hang out with me, and we'll check them, okay? All right, kindergarten, let's go ahead and check out your sentence today. Your sentence said, did you go to the bank? Let's check mine and make sure that, as always, it starts with a capital letter, has a finger space in between the words, ends with either a period or a question mark, and we have to read it to make sure it makes sense. All the words have to be in order so it makes sense. All right, kindergarten, let's go ahead and check for that uppercase first. I have an uppercase. That looks really good. Good job, Miss Stahler. Now we need to check for our finger spaces. Remember, we always put a finger space so that our words aren't all squished together. We don't want to be squished together. I know that we don't like to be all squished together when we're in line or when we're sitting down in the pews at Mass. Our words don't want to be squished either, so we've got to make sure there are nice finger spaces in between. Here we go. And remember, I don't need to check for a finger space here because there's no word after the word the. And I don't need to check for a finger space before this word because there's no word before it either. I also don't need to check for a finger space after this word because there's no words after it. Okay, my finger spaces look good. I wasn't sure whether I needed a period or a question mark for this sentence. So would you please read it with me and help me figure it out? Here we go. Did you go to the bank? 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 Kindergarten, what do we know we need at the end of this sentence? We need a question mark. Let's go over how to make a question mark again. It's kind of like a hook. We start at the top and we go up and we curve it back down, and then we give it just a little dot at the bottom. The little dot at the bottom should be just like when we write our periods. Not something super huge and not something teeny tiny, but just right. Hook it up, curve it down, give it a dot. We'll do that one more time. Hook it up, curve it down, give it a dot. And there's your question mark. Kindergarten, the last thing we need to do is read this sentence one more time just to make sure it makes sense. Here we go. Did you go to the bank? I think it looks good, Kindergarten, and of course, if yours looks good too, make sure you give yourself a star. There we go. Kindergarten, if you haven't illustrated your sentence yet, please make sure that you go ahead and do that. And something fun you can do with your sentence, because this week we were talking about different ways that kids can get to school. In your illustration, you can draw a different way that you could go to the bank. And I'm going to underline bank because it has our ank sound. B-ank. Bank. Good job, Kindergarten.